What's going on, everybody? All is well. So, this Saturday, UFC 317, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira for the UFC lightweight title. I'm extremely excited for this matchup. Love this fight. Now, obviously, Ilia Topuria coming off back-to-back stoppages of Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski, moving up to lightweight to challenge Charles Oliveira for the vacant lightweight title. Islam Makhachev is moving up to welterweight. Now, Ilia Topuria has been on an absolute tear. Now, the thing is that stands out in this matchup, Ilia Topuria. Now, he has the knockout power, but his striking defense is solid. Really, really good striking defense, and it's gonna cause Charles Oliveira some problems because we know Charles Oliveira, excellent Muay Thai, excellent striker, phenomenal black belt. He does tend to get hit a lot, and I don't know how much he could absorb from Ilia Topuria, because Topuria has legit knockout power, excellent boxer. And Charles, he does get a little wild in there. He is technical, but he does tend to throw caution to the wind. And on the feet, we'll see how it plays out. But on the ground, I think Charles Oliveira with his submission game, he has a significant advantage there. Now I know Topuria can grapple. I just believe Charles Oliveira, BJJ, is on another level. But getting Topuria down there is gonna be tricky. Now Charles Oliveira, he's very good at transitioning. If he manages to take Topuria's back, Topuria is gonna be in trouble, in my opinion. But on the feet, man, is this fight is contested on the feet. Topuria with that defense that he has is gonna cause trouble from Oliveira, and of course his knockout power, his boxing is sharp. You know. Now, do I believe Topuria is just gonna go in there and run right through Oliveira? No, I believe there's gonna be a highly contested matchup, but I don't believe this fight is going the distance. Now, with that being said, I'm torn because I like both these gentlemen. Now, if I had to pick, I'm going with Charles Oliveira. I mean, the guy, I'm a huge fan of Oliveira, man. Just always shows tremendous respect to his opponents. Like before the fight, he'll go and hug his opponent's corner. He'll hug his opponent before the fight starts. And he's one of those guys. You know, he's your favorite fighter. Just tremendous love and support. Oliveira gets, and is well deserved, man. He's just a class act inside and outside the octagon, and Topuria as well. Very respectful dude. No, he does talk a little bit of trash now and then, but I think more of that is just confidence. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a phenomenal main event. But like I said, I'm going with Charles Oliveira on this one. But Ilia Topuria is absolutely on fire, man. But we'll see how this main event plays out. Very, 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 very intriguing matchup. All right. In the co-main event, we got Alejandro Pantejao versus Kai Kara France. Pantejao, Kai Kara France. I think this is going to be a very entertaining co-main event. I mean, both these gentlemen always comes to fight both of them extremely well rounded. Pantasia, excellent black belt, very aggressive striker. Kai Kai France, really slick striker. Now, if this fight hits the ground, I believe Pantasia has a significant advantage there. But Pantasia does like to stand and strike, you know. But we'll see how it plays out. If Pantasia just chooses to stand with Kai Kai France, it's gonna be a very entertaining fight. If he just stick to a game plan and just decides to be a little more strategic and just look to take Kai Kai France down to the ground, you know, I could see him getting a submission finish over Kai Kai France. But overall, there's another fight that I don't believe is going the distance. I believe somebody's gonna get finished in this matchup. With that being said, I'm going with Pantasia on this one. I think he's gonna get a late submission victory over Kai Kai France. But nevertheless, another very intriguing matchup. All right, moving on. We got Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. Joshua Van has been on fire as of late, and he's been looking really good. I believe he's stepping in on short notice to take on Brandon Royval. And Royval himself is on I believe a 2-fight winning streak. But Royval, another guy extremely well rounded, has fought the who's, and we got Joshua Van. He's on the come up. He's been looking great, but there's a big step up in competition for him. Now, there's another scenario where we see a guy that's looking good. He's putting together a winning streak, and he runs into that seasoned veteran that completely derails his momentum. We recently saw it in the main event with Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley. We also seen it in the Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez, and before those fights, we seen it with Dustin Poirier and Benoit Saint Denis. All those guys, they're on the come up. They're looking good, looking sharp, and they run into that veteran that basically stop them in their tracks. Will this be the case? I believe so. I believe Joshua Van has looked outstanding, but I believe Brandon Royval, with his experience, is gonna be victorious in this matchup. And another thing, this is a fun matchup. I think this is another very entertaining fight on the card, and I'm going with Raw Dog on this one. I believe this fight is gonna go the distance. I think Brandon Royval is gonna get it done via decision. All right, moving along. Next up, we got Beneil Dariush versus Hinata Moicano. Now, stylistically, I like Moicano in this fight. I believe Moicano is going to keep this fight standing, and he should be able to outstrike Beneil Dariush. Now, if Beneil manages to get this fight to the ground, I believe he has a significant advantage on the ground. I know Moicano is a black belt as well, but Beneil Dariush Jiu-Jitsu, in my opinion, in this matchup, it's on another level. One fight that surprised me of Beneil Dariush was when he fought Mateusz Gamrot. Mateusz took him down, and Dariush was able to sweep him and control them. And I mean, some high level grappling was on display in that particular matchup. And it reminded me that Beneil Dariush Jiu-Jitsu is no joke. It's hard to look good against a guy like Mateusz Gamrot, and Dariush looked outstanding in that fight. But with that being said, I'm going Moicano on this one. I believe he's gonna keep the fight standing and look for a TKO finish. All right, next up, we got Peyton Talaba versus Felipe Lima. Now, I'm not too familiar with Lima. I know Peyton. He was on a tier, you know. Yo, that's crazy. He was another one. Yo, that's crazy. Damn. He's another guy that was on the tier. He was looking really, really good. And he ran into his last fight was against Raoni Barcelos. And he lost. I believe via decision. He's another guy like this is a trend or something. Extremely talented, looking great, and then you run into a veteran in Raoni Barcelos, and Raoni handed him his first loss. Well, obviously he's young. He's gonna learn from that. He's gonna be much better. But I'm intrigued to see how this fight plays out though, because this Lima cat I'm not too familiar with, but he's a minus 185 favorite against Peyton. Intriguing, very intriguing matchup, and also this is a fight that kicks off the main card. Yes, it is. But yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. But I'm going with Peyton on this one. I think he gets it done via decision. And let's see, in the prelims we got Jack Hermanson versus Gregory Rodriguez. I'm going with RoboCop all day in this matchup. Now Jack Hermanson did look good in his fight against Joe Piper, but his striking has improved. But RoboCop has some serious power, and also he's a black belt as well. But we'll see how this fight plays out. This is a fun matchup. Anybody else? Tracy Cortez on the prelims. T-Rex Terrence McKinney. He's always fun to watch. Nico Price is on there. All right. That's about it. Yeah, very fun card. A lot of intriguing matchups on there, but I'm very excited to see how this main event plays out for sure. But anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, you guys stay cool, because it's hot out there, and enjoy the fights. Peace.